What is up, guys? Chris Jordan here. Welcome back to the channel with another video here today. And I'm making this video because people have been asking me what is better, futures or Forex, or what should they trade, futures or Forex, or my opinion on it. So I want to make this quick video to kind of go over the differences between futures and Forex trading so you can decide what's better for yourself. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So number one, what is Forex? Forex is the foreign exchange market. It's a marketplace for trading national currencies against each other. It also has the largest financial market size, trading over 6.6 trillion in volume, daily volume at that. Most of the time, central banks, finance institutions, corporations, and retail traders trade these markets, and it's open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. Now, I would argue 6 because it does open back up again on Sunday at 6 p.m. But yeah, whatever. You could trade it basically whenever. Okay, so what is futures? Futures are standardized contracts traded on centralized exchanges to buy or sell an asset at a predetermined price and date. Some assets traded are commodities like oil, gold, indices, S&P 500, bonds, and currencies. If you've seen my trading videos before, you know I trade NQ, mainly NQ, oil, gold, and platinum, right? Even though I don't make videos on me trading platinum or oil that much because NQ has been so good. Okay, so the people who trade these markets are like hedgers, speculators, and institutions, and it is regulated and have transparent markets. Forex doesn't have transparent markets. Neither is it regulated. So the key differences is Forex is decentralized, futures is centralized. So that's why with Forex like you'll have to go to offshore brokers. Sorry, you have to go to offshore brokers to trade Forex. There's not really many regulated Forex brokers or brokers that trade Forex or whatever. Meanwhile, futures, there are many prop firms, not even prop firms, but firms that trade futures in the U.S. Like, brokers like TradeOvate, Ninja Trader, blah blah blah. Assets, Forex, you only trade currencies against each other, with some indices. And then futures, you trade commodities, indices, bonds, whatever. And then trading hours, 24 hours, 5 days a week. Futures is sort of the same thing. Leverage, Forex, you can have extremely high leverage. It varies by the broker. Some brokers will not let you trade 500 leverage, but some will. In futures, it's regulated and limited. So even with Top Step, they limit the amount of contracts you could trade. And then transparency, it's low broker dependent, and transparency with futures is high exchange base. So here are the pros and cons of Forex. The pros: 24/5 market access, low entry barriers with small account sizes, high liquidity ensures easy trade execution, and flexible position sizing like micro, mini, standard lots. Um, for example, with Forex, you could literally, with some brokers, you could start a Forex account for like $10, $15 and build that up or whatever. And there's other brokers where you have to put like a minimum of $200, $300. It depends on the broker or whatever. Cons: you have risk of broker manipulation like spreads and pricing, which is one of the main reasons I got away from Forex, even though I still think Forex is good. You have high leverage that can amplify losses. You're limited to currency pairs, but you can trade indices on some brokers, obviously. And overnight rollover fees, swap, right? But swap and risk of broker manipulation were the main reasons I got away from Forex. And I still trade Forex sometimes. So pros and cons of futures. Pros is regulated, transparent markets, wide range of tradable assets, no overnight rollover cost, better price transparency, and exchange driven. While cons, you have higher capital requirements, contracts expire requiring active management, fixed sizes, that should say contract sizes, fixed contract sizes to reduce flexibility for smaller traders, and less 24/7 accessibility. So, which one is right for you? So, honestly, I would choose Forex if you have small starting capital, you prefer trading currencies exclusively, and you want to trade during flexible hours. What I should have added here is you should also trade Forex if you want to trade markets that move a little bit slower, because for some people, especially when I first started trading, um, when I tried to trade indices with Forex, it was too fast for me at first, just getting in. So if you want to trade something that sort of moves a little bit slower, I would recommend trading Forex. Now choose futures if you want access to commodities, indices, and bonds. Like I said, Forex isn't only limited to currencies. You can trade indices and you can trade certain um, crypto like Bitcoin or whatever. Um, Choose futures if you prefer regulated markets with transparency and you have sufficient capital for margin requirements. But there is a way to get around the sufficient capital for margin requirements, which is why I trade futures. So, what do I prefer in trade? As you can hear from this video, I've traded both Forex and recently futures, and honestly, I prefer futures. It's because it offers more opportunity, the market moves faster, and there's more money to be made. Now, if I go back, you can see with futures, you have to have sufficient capital for marginal requirements. So I think with TradeRate, you got to have at least $500 to $1,000. But there are ways to get around this, and and there's ways to get around it, and the answer is prop firms. You can use prop firms to pass evaluations and then get a live account. That way you can build up your capital to trade to your own account, which is what I'm currently doing. Right? So there are ways to get around it, especially and specifically with Forex. You know, most people start Forex because they don't have the capital, but you can. There are prop firms for Forex like FTMO. I think that's what it's called. I've never used it, but I've heard good reviews about it. So final thoughts: both markets have unique opportunities and risks. You got to start by understanding your goals, your risk tolerance, and available capital. And I highly recommend you consider demo trading in both markets to identify what suits you or what works for you. Because, say for example, you're just trading futures because I recommend it, right? Or I prefer it over Forex. You may not like how fast the market moves if you just go in trading with a live account, right? So you may want the market to move slower, or you may want to reduce your size. Because with Forex, you can reduce your size to like minimum where you're only making cents on a day, while with futures and contracts, even one contract, you know, you could be down $100 with a few ticks. So you have to kind of figure out what works best for you. Then if you want to join the free trading community, click the link down in the description below. Also, you can feel free to comment down below and ask questions, and I'm going to respond as soon as possible. Or you can join the community, and I'll respond faster there. And then I'm just going to go over some of the like platforms that you can use to trade Forex. So the main platform I use right now, this is obviously a demo account, is Trade Locker. Now this is not a broker. What you have to do is you have to find a broker that offers Trade Locker. Now the reason I recommend Trade Locker is simply because it's the back then you used to have to trade with MetaTrader 4 and 5. But then there was a bunch of, how do I put it? There was a bunch of regulation that came around, and the U.S. stopped allowing MetaTrader 4 and 5 to operate in the U.S. So eventually somebody came out with Trade Locker, and it's way better, very superior, honestly, to be, because with this you can set alerts on the chart now. So if I go here, so okay, let me explain this. This is basically like TradingView. Like they have TradingView integrated with Trade Locker. So if I want to set alerts here, I can set alert. You couldn't do that on MetaTrader 4. If I wanted to, say I wanted to take a sale here, right? Even though I can't do it right now. Let's say I wanted a pending order, right? I can have a pending order, and then I can choose my TP depending on my size, and you manipulate the size here. I'll probably do another video explaining going over Trade Locker. But you can actually choose exactly where you want, you know, your TP and stop loss to be before you get in. MetaTrader 4, you had to, you had to get in the trade and figure out where you want to put your TP, and you had to go back and forth between different screens, this and that. On mobile and on desktop, you can do all of this inside of Trade Locker. But like I said, you have to find a broker that offers Trade Locker. So right now I'm using Osprey FX, but there's other broker platforms. It just depends on what you want to do, and you can choose your instruments. For example, I have Nas 100 here. It's going slow, and it does go slow every now and then, but for the most part, it's fine. I have all these instruments that I trade when I'm trading Forex, right? And as far as futures platforms, right now I'm using Top Step X because I'm trading futures with a prop firm right now. But the main platform I use at this moment in time for my personal account is Tradeovate. I actually have to remember my Tradeovate password because I haven't deposited any money. I literally just been trading with Top Step, collecting money, putting it somewhere. I haven't even put it in Tradeovate yet. But that's going to be the platform I use until I see a better platform. But these are the two main platforms. Now with Top Step X, you do have to buy an evaluation from them, or a eval or a combine from them, in order to use their platform. You can't just go to Top Step X, sign up, and then put in money. You have to use their platform, and you have to buy an eval and have a combine or have a live account. But with Trade Locker, you just have to find a broker who offers it. That's it. And then if you aren't using Top Step X or Top Step, use Tradeovate, or there's some other platforms like Thinkorswim or whatever. I don't know which ones, but that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just try to make sure and figure out what you want to trade. Do you want to trade slower markets that's less regulated, Forex? If you want to trade regulated because you're in the US and you want quicker moves and more opportunity, I recommend futures. That's it for the video. See you guys next time. Peace.